All right, so Ground Branch released last Friday on July 17th. I tinkered with it just a little bit last week, but I'm going to try to give it a deeper dive here. Let's see what's all about. I have been following this game for probably a few years at least, and seeing the development along the way. It's definitely needed some help, so let's see where it's at now. All right, same familiar facility. Can't use these buttons at all. I gotta say, the sounds are really punchy. Having shot real guns, it sounds pretty good. Oops. Something does feel a little bit off with the scale of this. It seems to me like the door's kind of tight and short. It could be FOV too. I wonder. So seeing these helicopters, I assume they're little birds, makes me think of gray zone warfare a lot and using those as extraction and insertion. And I don't foresee Ground Branch using those because their maps just aren't anywhere near as big as Gray Zone. Who knows? I know they do have a larger roadmap for this game yet, and some of the complaints have been that this game is still quite unfinished and they shouldn't have released it at 1.0 yet. That's what we're here to find out. Let's compare to the previous beta stages and maybe what we might expect from a 1.0 release. These tables just seem like up to my chest. Scaling just feels off. I think it's one of those things you'll just get used to, but it is kind of weird. So they don't have vaulting in here unless I'm just restricted on this guardrail. So I've not explored this location before. Very cool, like an armory. Probably not much we can do here. I'm wearing that same hat right now. I got this patch on Etsy. It's custom made. Just about $9 on sale. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I feel like the scale in Ready or Not is way more accurate. But again, I don't think it's a critical issue. That donut seems lifelike. I mean, none of this shit really matters. It's just something I noticed well enough that it's obvious to me. So I'm gonna get out of here and let's go do some lone wolf hunting. After that, I'll check out the campaign or whatever they're calling it, operations. I don't have a favorite map per se here. I have experimented with most of these during its early access. City, I feel like I'm a sitting duck. It's kind of scary. I mean, most of these maps are kind of scary, but city, for some reason, maybe it's some of the verticality. Um, I remember doing some online play last year, a couple years ago, and I believe Depot and Creek were some favorites, just in that experience. Ranch, rig. I really want to explore rig like thoroughly. There's tons of decks on there, and I'm sure it's very detailed. I don't know what to roll with. I'm probably just gonna try. I'm gonna try the docks. Then we'll just go with terrorist hunt. So you've got diffuse, and I wish they would tell you what these do. Um, I mean, they're fairly obvious. You've got to find a bomb to defuse. You've got to extract location. You've got to find some intel to bring back. And terrorist hunt, you're just hunting terrorists. But it would be nice if they had more description there. So some of the advanced AI settings, this is interesting. You can set them from untrained all the way to veteran. So let's say I've got it on untrained right now. Max time on target 20 seconds. What is it at veteran? 4 seconds. Reaction time base 0.6 versus veteran 0.5. Aim error update interval 0.5 versus 0.5. So what are okay? Distances for penalty. Minimum is 200, 2,500 for veteran. That's a huge difference. Same with the max. I'm not sure entirely what that means operationally, but it's quite a gulf in capability. So max time deviation 8, I assume seconds, 1.5. Basically, what we're seeing here is they are way more reactive. But I'm gonna go with trained. Make sure we are on ducks. I figure with all my years of gaming, I am at least trained level. Doesn't mean I'm great. Customize operator. What do I have here? An EOTech. I don't hate that optic. I just don't like it very much. I think it takes up too much of your field of view, at least in this game. So I'm going to take that off. I don't know what to pick. This may do. Doesn't seem so obtrusive. Yeah, all right, that's a lot better. All right. Northwest fence or northeast fence? Closer to the ship or farther from the ship? Let's go farther.
Weapons up. Handle this cleanly. I'll see you back on site.
Alright, so we needed to go about southwest or so. I don't think this game has any binoculars. That would be really helpful. Keeping an eye up here. You just never know. I really like games where you can access the ladders and get some verticality. It really bugs the shit out of me how well-rounded Gray Zone Warfare is, but you cannot climb ladders. And I'm sure it's going to happen eventually. But it'd be really handy. Okay, we're very close. Shit. Oh, motherfucker. Not one shot fired on my end. I'm just going to start from the northwest side now.
Weapons up. Handle this cleanly.
Alright, so... roughly south-southeast. Well, there are binoculars. Awesome. How did I even overlook that? Probably on my inventory screen and just wasn't looking. What a shit shot. I can't tell if that's a dock worker or a terrorist. Oh, I see a gun. Yeah. Are these explosive? No. Some of these way back there too. The thing I read about the AI was they will do a better job retreating and taking cover. And I think you can kind of scare them off too. All right, one down. Two down. Three down. Four down. Five down. I wish there was a sprint option. I'm so spoiled by gray zone warfare. Way too eager on those shots. The thing about gray zone is it's similar when it comes to tactics and guns, but objectives, general gameplay, it's just a different scale and different feel. So it's really not fair for me to compare them in any way. But I will be comparing how finished this feels at 1.0 versus how fleshed out Gray Zone is when it's not even at 1.0. That's 7 down. If it's 7 down, I've got 8 more left. Where did that come from? I wonder if they see lasers too. Oh, fuck. All right, let's see what the tally is. 8 kills, 29% accuracy. 17 out of 58 shots hit. Never claimed to be professional. Northwest Pakistan killer capture. Seems very real-world events. We're talking about Palestinian parties, Israeli occupation, American peace efforts. Okay.
All right, team. The Saif al-Nabi and their vast network of terrorist cells have been traced back to the neighboring country of Pakistan.
Sorry we had to keep you in the dark for so long. From the start, this op has been eyes only. Cleared for the President, Secretary of Defense, the Director, and a handful of others. This mission is the culmination of a years-long search for those responsible for the terrorist strike on D.C. The target is Shamsuddin al-Qurashi, head of Saif al-Nabi, Sword of the Prophet. This radical Islamist group is responsible for the D.C. attack, the Air Ireland bombing, and many other atrocities from the last decade. The damage this man has caused is inestimable. Thanks to you, that all ends today. A few days ago, we received fresh intel pinpointing al-Qurashi's location in Pakistan. He's holed up in a fortified compound located in a wealthy neighborhood on the border of Afghanistan. We'll have the element of surprise, but they won't go down without a fight. We want to keep this op short, in and out in 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Seems unrealistic to me, but what do I know? So you can deploy in online mode. That's pretty cool. Invite players to join you. I'm primarily not an online player, however, so... From what I've seen from the development team, they are going to introduce AI teammates. I generally don't like using them. I like just being Rambo. I think I'm just going to stick with the same loadout I had earlier. So we're going to have to go east. I wonder why they have these intel files here of these buildings if they're not part of the objective. But it is nice having this big interactive screen instead of being stuck in the menu.
Weapons free, Dagger. All tangos are cleared hot.
Alright, so like I said, I think we have to head east. Just confirm, yeah. Question I have is, can we take these lights out while I'm here? And there's a bit of sway going on with the weapon. I don't know if there's a hold breath option. Oh, there is a free look. Hold tab. Check watch, double tap. Okay. Steady zoom is alt. Okay. It does steady it. You just don't hear the familiar drawing of breath when you usually do that. So you have to look for it. Checking the watch. Cool. So relook. Hold it. Okay. Very cool. I might have to rebind that somewhere. Yeah, I love that. I'm gonna try this. Okay, you can't take the lights out. Not as easy as it looks. Okay, so I hear somebody walking around. What the fuck? I'm just surprised they didn't react after my shots. I didn't hear them react at all. All right, 2 down. I think that said there were 6. I hear a third. I mean, at this point, they're just walking to a fucking meat grinder. What the fuck? They just throw a grenade? Oh, you can shoot the handle or use explosives. That's cool. I don't want to shoot it. How much quieter is this? Decently. Oh my god, can't hit shit. Yeah, there's definitely some arm fatigue going on, which is realistic. I know from shooting pistols, the shoulders will definitely tense up holding that out for quite a while. Let's try. Actually, there we go. Did this work? Yes. I'm always worried about these kinds of doors and these dark corners. Yeah, this FOV seems very tight. Also, maybe don't set your use key the same as your flashlight key.
Dagger, this is Forge.
Fuck.
Do you hear me? Over. Dagger! Dagger, this is Forge. Come.
Okay, so my impression initially of campaign or operations is not that impressed. It just feels like a terrorist hunt. There's no narrative going on. There's an audio clip, there's some text. It just seems like a framework around a terrorist hunt. And I know they only have, I think, 3 missions right now. But the presentation of it is really lacking. I mean, you've got your typical online PvP modes. Everyone knows those. Well, Wolf, everyone knows those. I think it feels better overall, not just performance-wise, but playability-wise. It just doesn't quite feel that polished yet. Like, I know they've improved the movement very well. I know they've improved some of the AI reaction very well. Weapons handling, walking, movement, all seems pretty in order. It just needs another layer of something, and I'm not quite sure what that is. But this could also be one of those games where it's going to be way more immersive or interesting with a group. But that's generally just not how I play. So we'll see what they do with the roadmap in the future. But I would say as of now, version 1.0 is better. But I can't really say I'm impressed with it. Not yet.